Gonna fucking
Testing,
save his
testing.
life
Oh,
today.
that sounds
that's
so
way
much
different.
better.
Testing.
That's so much better.
Oh wow. Okay. I can't hear
Uh,
it, so thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
Let me. Okay, keep talking
got
for
it.
a minute.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing
Gotta
testing
bring it down to like
testing.
95%. That should be good. I'll
That-
keep an eye on the levels
You
too.
hear? Did you hear?
Sorry.
No. You're fine. I'm just trying to make sure you
And
know.
with Alex on ASMR.
Yeah. Now look a candy wrapper in the mic
You see those like they have like those special
and wear a
microphones
bikini
now
while you're
that-
doing it.
They're the special ones for that where the mic looks like an ear, so they're just like
hell?
licking into the ear
Yeah,
mic.
yeah. One
They're
of my
very upsetting.
I have
That's icky.
I have this thing, and it simulates the same thing. It's got the two mics on each
Okay,
side.
good. When you went off camera and said I got this thing and it simulates and then paused, I was worried.
It
Simulates a tongue
stimulates
from my ear.
No, but it does.
Got a
It
lot
does
to
the
learn
same.
about Jason.
Whatever the opposite of ASMR lovers are, that's what I am. Like,
Yeah,
I, can't
I hate
stand,
it.
Like, the chewy noise.
It's just mouth sounds.
Dude, okay,
I
I
hate mouth
love
sounds so much.
I
Actually,
love playing
mouth sounds are
I
the
love
worst.
I love playing Minecraft, but it skeeves me out so bad, especially when I go in the Nether because everything is mouth sounds when you walk is all and like there's just so many different just disgusting sounds and I'll be playing and like my skin just starts to crawl, so I go in the Nether and I'm just like get me out of here.
Unless it's like Michael Bublé or someone like that making the mouth sound.
I don't want to hear him. I don't want to hear him chew either.
Yeah, even there, I don't want it to sound like you're standing on his tongue.
Shine.
I'm sure
You
his
can lick
chewing
my ear
sounds
anytime.
even like just like harmonic, like, but still, I don't.
What if they
Hear
weren't?
that.
What if that was like the price he had to pay, like the holy price to have his voice, was that he was cursed with his mouth sounds were just the screams of children.
Oh,
Like he chews and it's like
Hannah,
he just
honey,
walks over and
why?
he's
I'm
like
Michael Bublé.
singing beautiful songs
mouth
and he's
is a
like,
cave
hold on,
of
let me eat some of
nightmares.
this ham.
No, why would you put that in my head this late at night before I'm gonna go to bed?
Are we recording?
We are recording. I recorded that.
Oh, I do again have to reiterate that
I'm so gonna
I'm
go
real
to
messed
bed.
up right now.
Yeah, well, so I'm gonna go to bed tonight.
Take a
with,
sip of
like,
that
the
Scotch.
I'm gonna go to
nightmare
bed
fuel.
tonight.
Let me rephrase. Let me.
Stacy,
You
Stacy,
were
sweet
gonna go to
dreams.
bed.
Welcome to 3 hours later.
Hold on, can we take that again?
Wait,
No.
what show is this?
There was some crosstalk
even
over
know.
there.
No, there's so much going on.
So you see, each tooth is a mouth, and when he chews,
No.
it's the pain of each tooth hitting each other,
Hannah, stop it!
and
Welcome
it's
3
a
hours later. I'm Matt.
cacophony.
Welcome to 3 hours later. I'm Matt. There, I did it. That's clean.
That's clean. That's it. We got it.
I'm joined with Alex
Hey.
and Hannah.
I'm now going by Bublé's dentures.
I thought you were just gonna go by Bublé. Hello, I'm
Blue Blade.
Blue Blade. I'm
Bubbly.
I'm Blue
Blue
Blade.
Blade. It's the cool aggressive Bublé.
It's like this. It's like this. It's like a
He
Smurf.
transforms into Bublade.
It's like a. It's like a Smurf vampire hunter. I'm Blue Blade.
Did you guys know that Michael Bublé is a magical girl? And
I did.
he turns into Bublade.
We have
He
a very
just
special.
sings and there's a whole thing.
We have a very special chaotic episode of 3 hours later. We have guests.
Yay!
Welcome,
Oh.
guests. We're joined with two other knuckleheads that I do another podcast with, Stacey
Hey. Hi, I'm here.
and Jason
Hi, I'm Jason. I
from the
like
Dynamite Hour.
long walks off short piers.
we are them knuckleheads.
We them
Thank you.
boys.
We them knuckleheads. We come rolling in on our unicycles. What's
I
up,
thought you were gonna say you like long hair. That's a lie. So we have combined forces to bring two very special episodes. One you can watch right here, and another you can watch on the Dynamite Hour after this
Yeah.
or before this. But how did you know that I said that? So on this episode, we kind of did a challenge again. Well, by happenstance, where we watched a TV show. Alex, what did we watch?
We watched Squid Games.
Hey.
It was weird trying to like
That was the end of
when
it.
people.
We'll see you on Dynamite
people-
Hour, guys.
Yeah, bye. It's weird. People
Not a lot
started
to see.
talking about this show, and it was for me, it was out of nowhere. People were describing it. Yeah, people play games and they die, and you have to go watch it. And so I did. And so
Yeah, I
all of us
remember,
eventually did.
I saw a trailer a while back. I wasn't like super into it, but because it looked like Battle Royale. I was like, oh, okay, it's like Battle Royale.
That's
cool,
what I
good
was
TV
thinking
show.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I remember like beginning of September, I saw a trailer for this and I was like, oh, hey, this looks like 3 hours later kind of shit. And so like I shared like a trailer to the group, like thinking like, yeah, whatever. And like a month passed and then like now all of a sudden everybody's talking about it and I was like, oh shit, maybe I should have watched that already.
Now that it's the new
But
hotness, they're
yeah,
into it
but-
now.
Yeah, they're all
I-
green trainer jumpsuits are sold out everywhere.
That's
Yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah, I looked at Matt last night and I was like, these are going to be the Among Us Halloween costumes
Yeah.
of this year,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah.
Because like
Try to
we were literally Among Us last year. But
try to get some white Vans right now. It is impossible.
Damn, Daniel.
Yeah. No, what's he gonna be wearing now? Nothing.
Hey, he's gonna have to resort to those like
He's
brown loafers.
Now it's gonna be sad. It'll be like, damn, Daniel, your
Oh.
feet are
Aw.
bare again.
Damn, Daniel.
He's all
your-
homeless
your,
now.
Well, yeah,
Just like,
when you
oh.
gonna-
Your Vans are not looking very white, bro.
when you gonna bounce back at it again?
Wah,
Damn,
wah,
Daniel,
wah.
you struggling?
So are we
Holy
jumping
cow.
right into the Squid Game talk? Or are we gonna talk about other stuff first?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
no, we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
we're gonna do a review, or unless we want to talk about what we've been playing, or because we haven't really been doing a whole lot of reviews on 3 Hours Later, other than like Malignant, I guess, and the
Other than the like last
Malignant.
7 ones we did.
well, no, just
Malignant.
but like a full on.
We haven't done a review since last
Hey.
time.
I will say, Matt tried to talk me into being Gabriel for Halloween, and
should be Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Yeah,
From what?
from Malignant. Don't tell Jason hasn't seen it.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Is he?
Oh, so don't ask.
Is it an angel?
nope, we're not. Nope. I thought you watched it. That's why I brought it up. But we're not. Nope. No.
I don't usually watch as much as I like horror. I don't usually watch it. Horror.
I
Horror.
completely understand
Matt
that.
told you watch it that you had watched it at this point, but
No.
it's
Hold on.
it's okay.
Hold
It's
on.
okay. I understand.
You the same way,
Okay.
Hannah?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like I love horror movies, but getting me to watch one is like pulling teeth.
Yeah,
Like
when
I
you
have
watch
to
Malignant,
be in the exact right mood.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then when I am,
yeah, my thing is I've been disappointed so many times. Like people are all, this is the scariest shit I've ever seen, and then I watch it and I'm just like,
Well, see, that's my thing. Like I said, I think I said on the last one that we did, where scary isn't the same for everyone, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
scary doesn't equal horror. Horror is a theme, a setting. It's not
yeah.
scary. It's just like
When you had
Spooky, you know?
Exactly.
you had some really
Like-
good things to say to help me kind of like change my language about it and my way of thinking on our Halloween episode that hasn't come out yet because I think this is going to come out first. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Dynamite Hour talk. This is 3 hours later,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
But scary is different for everybody. It's
Yeah.
just it's
well, and there's also
like-
different versions of scary. Like just because something
Exactly.
scares me doesn't mean I take pleasure out of it. Like that's a specific
Yeah.
version of scare. Sorry, my cat's inside my leg right now. Okay, we're
That's
good.
scary.
It's
And
okay.
you don't like it.
No.
Wow, he was really trying to get some attention. Then just went.
Come here, the moose.
it's just like it's different for everybody, and like I don't know where I'm going with this, but
Well, you know what's not scary?
I watched.
Oh, good.
I was gonna say I watched Midsummer for the first time, and it was a big hype in 2019, and I've never been so upset about it. Like
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
dislike it with all of me. I'm sorry.
no, that was one I did not like it at the start, and the more I like dwelled on it and thought about what it was trying to say, the more I really appreciated it because, like, I mean, the more you think about it, it's kind of like it is kind of a revenge story in a way. Like, I don't know, it is really weird, but it is
It
one
is.
that I had to sit with for like it took like 2 months of kind of like thinking of it like off and on and dwelling on it, that like I eventually was like, you know what? Yeah, Midsummer, it was a pretty good movie.
The
I'm not
Thinker.
I'm not so
It's a
mad at
Thinker,
it
that
anymore.
one.
Speaking
It's a
I'm still
thinker.
mad at it. I'm still upset.
Well, that's where I was. I'm just saying, like
I I
you
even
might come to a point. You might come to a point where you
I
change.
watched
You
a
might
YouTube
not.
video just to like explain it more in detail, things I might have missed to make it just better, like appreciate it more.
Mhm.
No, still mad, still upset.
Yeah, I think
I did the same thing. You
I
Yeah.
get that because
Give some time.
give it some time.
that's the same reason why I don't like Witch that much. Like it was, there's so much hype going on
Yeah,
for
I'm gonna
Witch.
Fuck the
punch you.
witch. Fuck the
I'm gonna
witch.
punch you
Fine.
both.
Like, well, no, I know I'm in the minority, and I do
Well,
like Midsommar, but it's just not
Some
Hereditary.
more.
the funny thing is, I was going to bring
Yeah,
up The Witch as an
yeah.
example of why it's
I
such
hate
a.
the witch.
But that's the thing is like I wouldn't people were like, oh, The Witch is the scariest movie I've ever seen.
No,
Witch is not a horror movie.
it sucks.
Which is an interesting period piece, and if you go in understanding what you're gonna watch, like I walked in knowing what it was, so when I left, I was like, that was fucking art. That was amazing to watch. But then all my friends that like horror movies that were sold like, this is the scariest thing since the original Blair Witch.
No.
And then you're just like, no, it's a pretty boring ass movie about a family,
it's
and
the
then at the
VV
end it
itch.
gets weird.
But it is
The
a good
Witch.
period movie, like you said. Like
Right.
that as far as that
So-
goes, like when you think of it, when you take it like that, like a period movie, not a horror movie. When you take it like a period movie, like a Crucible or something like that, like yes.
Oh man,
Yeah, well, and
Crucible fucked
that's
me
what-
up.
Absolutely.
That's what
Absolutely.
Midsummer is for me too. Midsummer, I love it. I think it's an amazing film. I questioned everybody who went to see it thinking it was going to be a
Alex
horror
is
movie
over
like
there.
Hereditary. That was not it.
Alex is
But
like,
it's-
the director
that's-
was.
Nope.
It's
Well,
also
so-
hard to that. So like what I was going to say is that like horror is the one place where I really have no problem, and I don't think it's reductive at all to say X is like Y. Like to be like, oh, you'll like it. It's like this. Like that's how
Yeah.
Matt got
Okay.
me to watch *Malignant*
Okay.
because he was like, oh, it's like Basket Case, and I'm like, I know what you mean by that. I'm in. I'm gonna go watch it.
I
Um,
accidentally said that to somebody and almost like gave away the whole fucking
You almost said
concept.
it to
Wah,
Hannah,
wah.
and then like, and I
Oops.
almost really spoiled it, but Hannah wasn't paying attention to me. Luckily,
Well, and that's the thing too is like if it's a good movie, I don't think you can. I mean, of course, there's like major twists you can spoil, but if it's a good movie, you can't. Hey guys, in the new Halloween, don't want to freak you out. A lot of characters that you're gonna get invested in die. I'm sorry to
Oh.
tell you that.
Hannah!
Dun,
I
dun,
know it's real weird,
dun.
right? It's
How could
you
do
can never
it?
see it coming.
It's not like
But,
like anyone's watched The Walking Dead or anything like
Yeah.
that.
But like that's the thing is like what gets me to watch horror is I had never watched the 2018 Halloween until a few days ago. And one of my friends was like, "Oh, but you'll like it. It's just like the original." And that's enough to make me go like, "Oh, well, okay, I love the original.
yeah, that's
If
why I
it's
wanted-
like that, I'm in."
That's why I was telling you I wanted to watch it because I'm not even like a big Halloween person. The movies, so I really didn't get into the franchise. But then knowing that the 2018 and then the most recent one are skipping all the sequels, I'm like, okay, I could jump into this, I guess.
Well, and that's
Yeah.
it turned into a cool like I watched all three of them back to back. And it was awesome. It was an awesome experience to go like, okay, I'm going to watch the original Halloween from 1978 that frankly is a very boring movie. I appreciate it for what it inspired. I admire how good it is for the no money it was made with and the complete lack of any like
That always
understanding of what they were creating.
Yeah, that always impresses me when you find out how low of a budget a movie had. I
Yeah.
don't care how good the movie was. I'm just like, they got it made on that. That's pretty awesome.
Well, and the number of people that get interviewed for that movie that are basically like, I don't know, man, I never made a movie. I was just there. My friend was doing a thing.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
well, you defined a genre. Like,
I
that's
don't know, I
insane.
thought I was gonna work for some carpenter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you defined a genre. Whoops.
He was just sitting there with his keyboard acting all high all the time.
He loves synth. He looks like a human catfish.
Dude, I fucking love John Carpenter.
But yeah, it was really neat watching the first one, then going to the 2018 and just go like finding out like that. I think that's a fucking cool movie. I think it's a really good movie. that is not a horror movie in any way, shape, or form. Like, I think the 2018 movie is a good thriller, and it's a really interesting.
That's kind
It's
of
an interesting conversation on abuse and on trauma. And then it's like 10 minutes of it is Home Alone.
Yeah. Nice.
And then the new one,
I haven't
the
seen
new
it, but
one,
now I want to see it.
oh,
That
it's
feels like
really
the
good.
Best description though. Oh my god.
But then the new one is a straight up 80s style slasher movie, and it's fucking brutal. But like, that's what was so cool, is like knowing what I was getting into. It made me watch all those, versus you could sit here right now and just be like, oh, you should name a movie. It's a scary one. Describe it. And unless you can tell me it's like something else I like, I'm going to be like, yeah, that sounds cool.
Never gonna watch it. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just going to go rewatch New Girl for the 300th time.
Oh, I love that show. There's a moth in my house. Spooky.
Lamp.
Get picked up.
Lamp.
All of a sudden, I just disappear from the camera and I'm gone. Oh no, Jason's gone. There's nobody to stop recording.
Jonas.
He just walks in. All sleepy.
I am Jason now.
Yeah.
I am Papa.
That's one
I
day.
am
One day he
taking
is going
over
to
his
usurp
throne.
me. That's true.
Yeah. That's
So for
how it
those
happens.
for those of you not in the know, my 9-year-old, I'm 6'7". My 9-year-old comes up to here on me.
you know, he's as
Oh,
tall as
shit.
me.
Yeah, he's
as
as
tall as
tall
me.
as Stacey. He's 5'3"
Yep.
right now. He's 9 years
Mhm.
old. He
I am
is
upset
he
by it.
is
It's-
2 heads
it's-
taller than everyone else in his class right now.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Gonna top out at
Unsettling.
9'6".
It's
Yeah.
unsettling.
Yeah, my kid's gonna be at least 7 feet tall. It's
You
just
can't
it's
hide
fucking
anything from
nuts.
him.
And right now, so he just lost weight, like since they started going back to school and like been doing PE and stuff. He was 130 pounds and now he's 118 pounds. So he's a 118 pound 9-year-old.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's
Jesus.
Ah,
Yeah, he will grind
Figured
your
that-
bones into
You're-
bread just like his old man.
you're
yeah.
literally out here like breeding titans.
I think
It's gonna
I'm
roll
my-
out.
my husky.
Only one of them's a Titan. Gwen is tiny, and then Ben
So
looks
far!
like. Oh, I
Women
mean,
get their growth spurt like within like, you know, they will like, you know, girls will like, you know,
girls
within,
grow
like, a
early
year
and
or
stop
two,
early
They will fucking just like change and it
and
happens.
blossom into a beautiful flower, right?
Well, that's the pretty way of saying it, but like in my ugly duckling kind of
It's all
stages
weird for a bit.
and shit. No,
It's
it
gonna
was
turn
not
into a goo and a
beautiful
cocoon and
kinda
come out a
situation. It was
a moth.
hey, here I am. I looked like the guy from like Berries and Cream bullshit for like 3
Oh my
years.
god!
My mom thought that was the good haircut for me, and she kept telling the haircutter lady to like, you know, keep giving me that
Haircutter
Dutch
lady.
boy look.
Haircutter lady.
Give him
Excuse
the
me,
Dutch boy
haircut lady.
look.
You like Starburst haircut, lady? Say no more, fam.
Ah,
That's amazing.
What kind
Well,
of
we-
cut are you looking for? What do you know of little lads?
do you want? I want my girl to look like she's gonna stick her finger in a fucking wall and
Oh.
stop a flood or some
Yeah.
shit like that.
Swedish history.
That
I've
was an
seen-
amazing
okay.
analogy.
He-Man.
I want my daughter to look like
Yeah.
she's gonna stop a dam leak. And wear wooden
So you want her to be
shoes.
like all thumbs?
I mean, I've got really short, stumpy fingers, so Matt says that my toes look like shrimp because
Just
they're
a little
really
toe,
short.
because there's like no toenail in that last one.
Hey, my wife is like that too. She has no toenail whatsoever. She's got this little
But
crease.
she
See?
still pays for
Small
it to get
women!
paint.
No, small women. We have tiny toes.
I know, but you still pay money to get that tiny toe painted when it's just like
Yeah, because
Eh,
I'm not gonna
done.
paint it myself. I
She-
needed somebody
she-
artistic.
Can't find it.
Yeah. Let me fold this skin flap down. Oh, there it is.
I'm not gonna do
they,
that.
they
I'm
paint
sorry.
more skin
Sorry.
than nail, I think. Like they just make they paint
Last
the
time-
illusion of a toenail.
Mariah went with her mom. She never goes to get like pedicures or anything, but she went with her mom to like have a little mother-daughter day thing, and she goes, "Yeah, they were painting my toenails," and the lady just looked down and was like, and she goes, "Don't paint it, it's fine." So they just painted her first 4 toes.
No.
She doesn't have any nail whatsoever on her pinky toenail.
You get a discount or what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like they
Right?
they shouldn't get
that is
charged for
more
all
toes.
toes.
20% off.
Yeah.
That is $10 off. right there.
I want
Has
surface
to
price.
be.
Surface price.
Surface price.
Oh my god.
I don't want to derail us further, but I just sent you all something that I
I'm
can only
looking at
describe
it
as
right
fuckable
now.
Mario.
You know what?
It's
That-
fuckable Mario.
That looks
Oh, is that
amazing.
the
What?
One Piece one.
There's Trap Mario.
$440?
Mm,
Oh.
it's a him.
When I get out of here, I'm a fuck you up,
Wait.
Bowser.
Wait, what? Wait, oh no.
All right, we have to superimpose this picture on the on the
no.
Oh,
screen
look back. Look at the back of the figure.
He's
That's
showing-
I'm gonna get that a full fucking
Sorry.
sleeve tattoo.
Sorry,
Hold
I'm
on.
sorry.
What
Oh
the
my
fuck? Oh, that's bad.
And he comes with a butt. He has a butt with a crown on it.
Get a tattoo to Stacey's blank toe.
No, what?
Is that a butt? Oh, I thought that was.
No, it's a peach.
Oh no, that's totally a butt.
Or
That's a butt.
Yes, what's a peach? Because
deal.
Princess Peach. and
One
the-
peach, one love.
The demon fruit or whatever it is.
Wow.
The only treasure he won't let anyone have is his butt statue. That's what he says.
No, I can't deal with this right now.
It does say one peach, one love.
Yep.
One
Yep.
peach. One love. Oh, it's
I'm
a custom.
What
upset.
if
you
Peach? What if
guys.
Peach
I'm
really looked like that
upset.
in the games? Like she actually looked like a peach.
It makes sense.
Give
they
me
got
back on my
mushrooms running around.
peach.
I mean,
They're only making 300 of them, so
about
I need to
a
get in
whole
on
year.
this.
I
and
want
her
to.
name used to be Princess Toadstool.
I want to. I want to
Yeah,
make it
that's
the
true.
peach. Want to make it the
Peach is just her
peacha.
first name.
Make it a peacha?
Make it the
Wait,
peacha.
wait.
Peach.
Oh,
Peach is her first
God.
name. Her name's Peach.
I feel like we
More-
ruined your podcast.
Toadstool.
By the way, I'm
More
sorry.
keeps coming out. So if you go to the last picture, the end of level flag that's flying above the peach, I need you to look at the tattoo design that is the logo.
No, Hannah.
Because that means that there's a world where Mario has that on his arm.
Wait, what is it?
Peach forever.
Oh, it's
No, wait.
It's an upside down heart that's made into a butt peach that says peach forever with
No,
roses
what?
around it.
What are you guys looking at here?
Look at the
Uh,
flag on
there's
the
a-
last picture.
There's a link in the article. You gotta
who's
click on
who's editing this episode?
There's no. I have to click on.
it. We're just posting it straight.
You gotta
Someone's
put
I
getting
those
don't.
to it.
pictures-
I don't edit. I just.
You got to put those pictures in there.
We raw dog it.
Oh, someone just
Oh, you're
put
raw
up that,
dogging?
that peach butt flag that.
I'm
Hannah's
really
talking
sorry about ruining
I
this episode.
cannot find it, and
I got you.
I
got
like-
you.
see
He
that
says as he
shit,
chugs
but-
down his vodka.
My second vodka.
All right. Well, we watched.
Sorry, let's talk about Squid Game.
There you go.
Peach.
I keep forgetting which one we're going to talk about, but it's related to the thing behind me.
We gotta talk both of them.
No, season 2. Yes, season 2. I hope.
There's probably gonna be a season 2 based on. I
Hold on,
mean,
somebody share that
Amount
on
of
the,
money,
on the Discord
God.
right now,
We'll
and I'll
get
bring it
there,
up so
we'll
that
get
the
there.
viewers can see.
Oh, by the way, spoilers, and spoilers abound. Spoilers abound for Squid Game
yes.
and Midnight Mass. If
Mega-
you have not watched either of them, fucking click off of this shit and watch it.
No
and then
spoilers
come
for
back.
Midnight
Okay.
Mass until Dynamite
Well,
Hour.
yeah.
Well,
Don't even let them
but
know what we're talking about.
We already
Happens
said
at midnight.
at the beginning
think we did.
that will, but whatever.
So
Spoilers.
we all completed the season 1 of Squid Game, much more than 3 hours because it's that good.
Squidward.
Squidward games.
Squidward game.
You know.
Squidward,
he's hot.
Squidward. This is Patrick.
Me again. Me about the whole cast.
So do
Oh,
we
no,
wanna-
they're hot.
Do we want to do a quick synopsis? Do we want to run through the plot?
The best way I heard it described was it was realistic Hunger Games for millennials. And yeah,
That's Battle Royale, but yes.
Okay. Someone tell me what Battle Royale is because I have heard so many people compare
Battle Royale. They
this
take a
to
bunch of
Battle Royale.
teenagers and put them on an. Is it on an island?
Yeah, they're on an island.
And they
Yeah.
put these little explodey collars on them, and if they like try to get away, their heads get blown off, or if they lose like a challenge, they get their heads blown off.
So Suicide Squad.
But it's a bunch
No,
of kids.
because
It's
it's
Hunger
versus.
Games. But if they
So
don't,
Hunger Games, but Suicide
if
Squad.
they don't participate,
Well,
they
no.
get blown. Battle Royale was made a lot before Suicide Squad.
I mean, Suicide Squad, as in like the collars with the explodey head.
Yes, but
kind of
not
situation.
as like
But
superheroes fighting crime.
Hunger
and stuff.
Games, in that the
It's
whole thing.
Fortnite.
So
It's Fortnite.
It's Fortnite. It's totally Fortnite.
is that what Fortnite is?
Yep.
I've never played
Battle Royale.
Fortnite. I
It's Apex.
It's basically just any game where there's only one winner, and the only way you win is by eliminating the other people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Hunger Games.
Mario
but
Party.
Mario Party.
100%,
Oh
yeah,
my
and get the
God.
most stars.
Mario
Smash
Party
Bros.
Squid
Hunger Games.
Game. That would be amazing.
Mario Party,
I would.
but with
Platoon
the
game.
Suicide Squad collars
Yes.
implemented.
So Squid
Okay.
Game,
Okay.
Yeah.
Korean show. What was the? You
South
guys
Korean?
were talking about. You guys were talking about how much.
Yeah,
the
not
budget
North
was?
Korean.
South Korean.
Make it
No,
clear.
I don't-
It's South Korean.
South
I don't-
Korea.
That's
North Korea is
uh,
that
Say
one.
Korea. That's the only Korea that you mean.
21.4 million.
North Korea is the one that Psy Young came from. The girl, the cool girl.
Edgy girl. Yeah.
The
Sae-byeok?
Yes.
pickpocket. I thought it was Psy Young.
Her name is
So,
Sae-byeok.
Squid- So let's get into the plot of Squid Game.
Can't
Who's
remember.
gonna read it?
Okay.
I have it up right now if you guys want.
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Hundreds of cash-strapped players accept a strange invitation to compete in children's games. Inside, a tempting prize awaits with deadly high stakes. A survival game that was a whopping 45.6 billion won prize at stake. There's another thing here, but that's pretty much it.
And what is that like for? It's like.
I was gonna say, what's the currency rate? Like, the whole
45.6
time I was like, is that a lot?
Like $37 million?
Yeah, it's something
It's
like
it's a
37, 38.
shitload of money.
Yeah.
So basically, like you ignore the first comma, and that's like their decimal, but then like the exchange rate's like $100 is like 87 won or something like that.
Still a lot
Yeah,
of
it's-
dough.
Yeah, so it would have been like 400 million or something like that.
Yeah, so this show
Was fucked up.
You're right.
it's really fucked up. Like it's I think the thing that made it both something that I had to watch it, like it was so hard to stop watching each episode.
Yeah.
But also like I didn't super enjoy watching it, even though I really liked it.
Yeah,
Because it all
I see
felt
that.
like
Yeah.
this feels like you'll watch Hunger Games or any other battle royale and you're like, that's not gonna happen though. Like to get to like, oh, there's districts and there's a bunch of weird people and they do this and they hold everybody out here and everyone lives in the field. Like, that's
Well, I
that's not happening anytime we're gonna worry about.
Mhm.
Or like when you see battle royale and it's essentially just anime and you're like, okay, these are basically supervillains. Then you watch this and you're like, I could see this happening.
They go out of
Oh,
their
yeah,
way to
100%.
show that they're real people with real problems.
Like,
That's what caught me off guard was the second episode when they leave
go
the game
home.
and then they go back to their lives, and it's just like
mhm.
I assumed it was just going to take place like all at once, but no, they give them this choice, but then like so many people come back because the world has just been like super shitty to them, so
Ooh.
they're like, I have to like that. I got nothing right now.
It's
Okay,
being forced with the
but-
realization that you have nothing better.
Yeah,
Matt did when we were watching. He broached the question like, so they said like this many people came back to play the game. What happened to those others that decided not to?
well, I was
Like,
more or less wondering like, did those people that
Did-
didn't return,
yeah.
did their money go into the pig?
well, because they said like we're watching them.
Well, I think it was just to keep an eye on them because the other players were trying to report it on that episode.
Don't think it meant that. I think it.
Well, they never
I
went
think-
back to it. I assumed that they were only saying keep an eye on them because we don't want any more people trying to, tell the police about what's going on.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
betting
that
the people
I think they killed him.
I was gonna say
because
I'm willing to bet they just didn't do anything because that this like they showed like once they're off the island they control shit.
Yeah, they wouldn't have killed them. They don't.
but the
They
money,
like they're not afraid of them.
It's got to be
But
some
the
sort of.
money-
Sorry, go
the
on.
money was in the pot though.
Yeah,
The
because
money for
there
those
was
people
Because they left.
went
though.
in the pot.
Yeah, because they left.
The only way for that money to go in the pot
is if they
is
died.
If
No, not-
they're eliminated.
Yeah. Yeah, that
That's
makes
the
a lot. I
only
didn't
way.
even think about that. The only person
And-
who whenever they went back and he went what's his name? See, yeah, all these crazy foreign names that I'm going to be real bad at pronouncing.
Well, you're looking that up. As careful as they are about people, like, you know, it not getting out about this whole thing, like, do you think that they would let people just like wander around?
Yeah, because that's part
Yeah.
of the rules. Like they were a stickler for the rules. The rules are super
Well-
important, and they wouldn't go against like you guys can leave and live your lives.
That's
and
what I was gonna
just
say.
kill
Is that was the whole shtick? Is that like the reason they even gave them that choice and let them know that clause existed was because the only way to make this a sporting game is if it's their decision to be there.
Well,
Like you
Well,
don't
another-
want
it
the
has to be
ones.
fair. It
Yeah,
has
you
to
don't
be fair.
exactly. You don't want the one. Like if they don't want to be in it, what are they going to go tell on you? Who's going to believe them? They're the lowest of the low.
Gihan even did go tell the police, and they're just like,
Yeah.
come on.
Well, so
to a point.
That's-
but that's
that's
what
the
got
whole thing.
That's
We're-
what
we're-
got the detective involved.
we're clearly going to jump around and like Stacey
Yeah.
said, we're spoiling the shit out of this.
Yeah.
The detective at a certain point does get a message off. Something really important that I didn't think about is when he sends that message, you don't know if the message went out or not. It's
Mhm.
it's
'Cause
left
he had such
nebulous.
bad signal.
But the dude who answered the phone, the cop who
They
he
said
was
there's
working
no-
with,
there's no
he
connection
said,
here.
well, he kept yelling, "What did you do? What did you do?"
Yeah.
He wasn't yelling like, "What? I don't see anything," or "Oh, what is this?" He was yelling, "What did you do?" Like,
It's true.
you're not supposed to know about this, or
Yeah.
you
How do you know
you
about
you
that?
are
I know about
poking at
that.
something I can't protect you with. Like that's how I took that. Was like
Yeah.
these people are
Oh.
so in control that like the cops are either they don't know what's happening, or they do know and don't care, or they do know and are complicit.
Right.
I mean, if you
The
think
latter, I
about,
think.
I'm sorry, go on, Alex. What?
I was gonna say probably the latter, honestly. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's-
it's the whole point of it, and that's the reason I think they didn't kill them was that their lives were so meaningless. I mean, they're so, who's gonna miss them?
But if
They
their
did
lives
it
are
year.
meaningless, then just kill them.
I think
Like-
that's,
But that's the
kinda
thing is
why
it's not
Cover your tracks.
That's
No,
like,
extra effort. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The ultimate indignity to these people, they're not worth killing.
Yeah.
These guys are billionaires. These people don't matter to them outside of the game. So if they're not there, they're like, why am I going to spend a calorie killing this person who's going to kill
Yeah.
himself?
No, yeah, that's a good point. That is another thing too.
Also, I'm just a
like,
monster, so that's how I think about it.
no,
I think that's how it came across.
What would I
though.
do?
when
Yeah.
they introduced the VIPs, that was another one that like made it like really, really real because it was like these seem like very like they're like Elon Musky types.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
they're like
Big
they're
time.
like they're
Yeah,
just
the guy that chose 69 was definitely Elon Musk.
The
Yeah.
timing couldn't have been better too, because like it's not like we didn't just watch 3 billionaires have a pissing contest to see who could go close to space. And you're telling me if there was a game where they could all sit in a room and jerk each other off while they
Exactly.
watch us kill each other, that's just called an Amazon factory.
No, I think
Yeah.
most of them. I think most of them are anti-mask.
Oh,
so
shit.
I can't see it.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's gonna be the Prime games.
Yeah, the next season will be during the pandemic, and they're just going to sit there talking about their freedom while only having their eyes covered.
Yeah.
I that's what I said when we were watching this. I was like, we were these are the same people that like would be anti-mask, and here they are wearing their gold masks.
So
and
quick
everything.
rundown of the show since we're gonna just kind of jump around with the plot.
Jeez, Jason.
Yeah, we get it, bro. You vape.
Vape Nation.
So
Oh, I
these-
just thought you changed your background to the antebellum South with all those fields of cotton I saw.
So there's these downtrodden people that are chosen because of their financial situation to be a part of the Squid Game, so that they can potentially win the prize money, which will solve all their problems because it's a shit ton of money. And they have to play a series of 6 games. But these games are the games are childish in nature, but very deadly in stakes.
So
Yeah,
if
when
you
you're
lose,
out,
you
you're
die.
out.
Yeah, eliminated means you are eliminated from this planet.
You
Yeah.
get the big eliminate.
It's
The,
amazing to
the-
see how many people were willing to die for it because their lives were so horrible, though.
Right.
And a lot of them didn't know what they were getting into until the very
Well, at the beginning, but yeah.
first
So
game. Like that
the-
was the
that's
first
the
game
thing.
was fucking terrifying.
Yeah,
like
I-
that
I'm-
was
I'm just saying, there hits a point where you
Christ.
think about it and you're like, okay, really, either I go back to my life where I'm going to get killed by the people that I owe money to, or I'm going to get killed because I can't afford medical care. You're going to die either way.
yeah, like we see one dude literally has to like murder someone like on the streets in order to escape the life that he went back to. He's a piece
Yeah.
of shit, but still, like that was his choice. Was
Yeah.
I got to keep living this life where I just murdered a guy in a car, or
It's
I
got to
can
be for
go-
something.
Yeah, or I can go win this money and just not have to worry about it anymore.
And the funniest thing, thinking about it, like after watching the whole show, is once you look at how much the money that they're going to win is, like, don't get me wrong, it's a shitload of money. It's enough money you never have to worry again for the rest of your life. It's not that much money comparatively. It's not that much money if you compare, like, if you're just taking it to our real world and comparing it to like the billionaires that we have floating around now, or
Yeah,
like
like
all the
yeah.
multi-millionaires, and it's like,
Yeah.
you're rich, you'll never worry about anything. You're still not even touching their level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like you'll live comfortably and happily potentially, but you're not one of the rich.
Well, you
They
would
can
never
choose
live
your
happily
life.
after living through the
Yeah.
Squid Games.
Eh,
But that's what's so
dye
crazy.
my
is
hair
the
red, I'll be
people-
okay.
The people organizing this game can change your life irrevocably. You'll either be dead or be richer than you ever thought possible, and it literally impacts them in no way. It's just
Yeah.
it's for their fun. It's for a
Yeah,
good
you're-
afternoon of joy for them.
Yeah, it's
They
like they
Yeah.
said
bid
in
$1
the,
million for.
gross.
yeah, like they say at the end of the show, it's like you're just a horse. Like that's it.
Yeah,
That was
it's
chilling. That was
Yeah.
it's.
I'm not a horse.
I think that's why the whole
Not
show just
horse.
it kind of fucked me up, because like
Mhm.
I could see a scenario where one, it could be real, but also like I'm looking at it going, I could see a scenario where I would even be like, I mean,
Yeah, who's on the Squid Games
Oh.
today?
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
really.
like the same thing as like putting bets on the Olympics, except no one dies. But
Rarely.
yeah, but I mean, they could.
I would
If
probably
they wanted
watch.
to be cool.
I mean, I would probably
if
watch.
they really put it, they're all in. But
Look, I'm just saying, you have to delay the Olympics because of a pandemic. You don't have to delay the Kill Olympics.
True.
You do them twice as hard.
Yeah. Well,
Dying
and
from
somebody's
pandemic is
even
part
like,
of the game.
somebody's even like, oh, I liked Squid Game. Let's do it for real. Who was it who is gonna have their own version?
Oh,
of
fucking
Squid
Mr. Beast.
Game? Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Beast, do it, coward.
I thought he.
Yeah,
said he
where
was
they're like,
gonna.
we're going to do our own. We're going to do a live action version of Squid Game. And
Really?
everyone's like, oh, you
Seriously?
did not get the point. Yeah. It
Oh,
came out a couple days ago. They were saying they're
Oh,
looking at how to
shit.
do their own real version of it. And it's like, you don't.
I'm teaming up
Like-
with the Make-A-Wish Foundation to bring Squid Games.
Yeah. Hey, I get you're not going to kill anybody, but you don't really seem to get the point of that.
Mr. Beast, are you not killing enough people with your hamburgers?
Yeah, with your
Like,
shitty hamburgers.
come on,
Still guys
bud.
after it.
I don't know much about that guy, but that sounds like a real winner.
They seem
got
fine.
kids.
They tend to
Come
give a
on.
lot of money away to people, which seems nice.
I don't know.
It
sure
about
makes- it
all
sure
of
makes
that.
him
look
I,
good.
I,
Beast,
I watch
technically.
enough Peach channels to be
Hasn't-
really
hasn't
sus
given me money, I don't
about
care.
Mr.
Yeah.
Beast's,
Well, that's the thing
giveaway
is like if
shit.
you told me they were nice, I'd be like, okay, it doesn't make me like them. And if you
Yeah.
told me they were like complete rat bastards, I'd be like, understandable.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Not
So-
surprised.
I want to know the ultimate answer here. Subs or dubs?
I
Well,
I
oh,
wa-
wait, I take it back. Hold on.
well, I was gonna say I watched dubbed only because I really wanted to be able, like, I'm an asshole who needs to do 7 other things while I'm watching his show, and I needed to be able to not have to read it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I
Alex?
understand objectively the subs are better. I understand that. I'm not going to fight for my dubs. I'm just saying that's
Same.
why I had to watch them.
Alex?
I watch too many things subbed at the moment, so I watch the dub.
Jason?
I watched it dubbed all the way through, but then I watched it subbed too. I liked them both, honestly. Like the voice acting on the dub was spot on. I mean, they matched the same kind of emotionality that the the scene required
Yeah.
and stuff. It was
They
that
did
both
great.
were good. I watched it twice. I liked them both.
Me and Stacey were monsters, and we did dub and sub.
Okay,
So
well,
we had the slightly off subtitles with the dub.
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
okay. Actually, we started that way, and I had to stop it because it was just different enough that it fucked with
Yeah.
me.
yeah, hold there. Because this is where I just need a little moment to rant a little bit.
I love it.
The dubs were very a little cringy, like frizzy hair chick, the obnoxious girl.
Uh huh.
Next thing, you're gonna tell me that 1990s anime
babe,
wasn't
babe.
great.
Okay, I'm just
We're gonna play the Squid Games. Oh,
Are you talking about the
Yeah.
cigarette girl?
I'm going to $45 million.
Cigarette girl.
Let's go.
Cigarette girl cringed me out.
Yeah, but she
Quite a
did
bit.
that on the I watched the sub version too, and it's the same. It's just
That's
Okay.
kind of what.
It's just
That's
her
kind of why I
character.
liked it.
Okay.
I liked that they brought
Yeah.
like
Good.
an anime style voiceover to this. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I
yeah,
actually
that
got
was
really
the other
It
enjoyed
was. It
How-
really
how
was.
corny it
Huh?
was. Yeah.
I felt like I was watching a live action anime.
Well,
like
yeah,
the
especially, like-
guy, the main guy. I told Matt he reminded me of the main character from that Catherine game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
yeah.
love that
For
game,
me,
by the
for
way.
me,
It was
right?
so awesome.
He is so like he's just like that.
Yeah.
Like that
It-
whole
Well,
that
for
like
me, he
over
was
the
almost
top.
like Ichiban from Yakuza.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that
Okay,
100%. It reminded me. The dubbing reminded me so much of mid 90s anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it was like
so anime.
It was the fact that like because if you watch it without the dubbing, it'll be something where like they'll do something and then you hear them like, but in the dub you hear like, oh, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm very tired.
Yeah, so that's why I think I liked it more. Because to me, like the entire the premise
Let's
of
play
all is
marbles. Oh, you got odd.
not so
Uh-uh.
fast, old man.
That
Well-
like that weird like stop and starting that
My grandpa's
the-
marble
the-
bag
the-
has
the-
no shitty cards.
the main like the main asshole guy in the group, like he did that whole stopping and
chubby
starting
dude?
like that well the one that frizzy hair, yeah,
Well,
the
'cause
the,
in
the one with the
anime-
snake, the one with the snaky
The snake tattoo.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, in
The one
anime
with
he would have been the guy
he
that
did
would.
that jilted like stop and start talk, and Ollie did it a lot too.
Yeah, it would have been in
Oh,
anime. Every time he stopped talking, his eyes would have gotten like small white circles, and there would have been
Yeah.
Yeah.
like steam that shot out of his nose. Where he'd be like, "What do you think you're doing? You're gonna come over here and try to join our team?
Yeah, it just turns into One Piece
Ah,
Mario.
baby, you know I was
Yeah,
just
no,
using you." Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
No, like it was like halfway through the second episode, I turned to Matt and I was like, "Does it feel like we're watching a live action anime? Because it
But-
really does."
I said
to
yeah, but
me."
like, I
Also-
meant it in a good way.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna
in
say
a
at the
good
end of the
way, but
day,
it just like
I was
just the
into
way
it.
that
Yeah.
the main
No, it.
the way the
it-
main guy like just like he was like like that whole that
Yeah.
you
I
know
just-
what I mean?
Yeah.
You know
I
what
think
I mean?
I think it needed to be that extreme for the subject matter. I think it
Would've
had
been
to be
too
that
dark.
like
I,
cartoony.
I feel like it. I feel like it fit.
the
Yeah.
only
Yeah,
time
no,
it really,
definitely fit.
did.
It definitely fit.
the only
it
time
just-
it really pissed me off was in the Dalgona licking, because they felt the need to like really fucking like really hit those mouth sounds.
Talk
when he
about
was licking, like,
ASMR. yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Let's hear it, Alex.
Nobody likes those mouth sounds.
No, it was so bad. And just like the zoom in, so you know it was loud anyway, but just like
Mwah.
slurp,
Mwah.
Yeah.
slurp.
Yeah, that skeeved me out bad. I was like, "Ugh."
I hope you all die.
I'm glad they're having the discussion about the dubbing though and the subs, because like I think it's an important discussion. I think it's a really important thing to do, to say like, hey, if we're gonna treat this like seriously as a piece of art, we should honor what they're saying and make sure it's working. That all being said, for everybody I know that said like, oh, but you don't understand, like they missed out on it on this sub and they missed out on it on the intentions in this sub and the dub missed out on these intentions. I don't doubt that, but even with what they had in there, it was still a friggin' good story that was
Yeah.
gripping.
And
Yeah.
on top of that, like even just going from the source to sub, you're still going to be missing out on stuff from
Yeah.
the original language itself. So
Oh yeah.
it's to me, it's like a futile conversation, but you know, there's
Well, and
it's
also-
usually the weeaboos that are always like up in arms about which is which.
No.
And for me, it's just like it's your viewing. Like it is your how do you
Yeah.
want to view this? Who cares?
And also, don't shit on the win of the fact that the biggest show in the world right now is a Korean drama.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that's a big goddamn deal. Like,
It's a big ass deal.
yes, we
Yeah.
can do better. I want us to do better. I think it'll be great. I think the next Squid Game is going to be a little bit better than this one. I think it's only going to get better. But, like, let's take a fucking victory lap for a second on how good this went.
And especially that they even like there are subtle nods to like, North Korea being not so cool
I wouldn't
and
say
South
subtle.
Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Like
yeah.
they take
What are you,
they
a
actually
spy?
take
Out there.
those nods like to be like, yeah, people are trying to get out of there and it's not a good place right now. And
I think the
like,
most eye-opening thing for me about the series was learning that South Korea doesn't have universal healthcare.
Yeah.
that's also really well. I mean,
The funny thing is, how sad is it as an American to, like, when the rest of the world's seeing that going, like, can you believe that they don't, these poor
what-
bastards have to pay for healthcare?
Yeah.
And we're sitting there just like,
it's like every
Yeah,
time I
that's
open up
how it
Reddit,
is.
They're
and they're
pretty
like,
Yeah,
wait,
capitalistic.
I mean,
oh,
society.
you must be an American.
I think.
Yeah.
I
Oh
think.
man, you know that hospital bill is not that bad.
Well, like one of the biggest things that I've seen is there's so many. I mean, I've watched like so many people try to break down, like, what do you think it means, and the easiest thing. There's so many Korean, South Korean like films out there are talking about how bad capitalism is, and you got you got Okja and Snowpiercer and all those other ones where they like the but I like that what Squid Game does is they still have that typical like, oh yeah, capitalism bad, and it makes the lower class just like cattle, but there was so much more to it than that, because they go through, even though there's that whole basis of capitalism bad, they go down into the personal lives of each and every single character, and you show their selfish motivations for everything. And like, and it goes into, it's not just the fact that it's capitalism, it's the fact that like humanity itself is so willing to turn on each other for their own benefit. And it goes more from just capitalism bad to like, look at how horrible people are in general, because the people that were down there playing the Squid Games were just as bad as the people who are betting on the people playing the Squid Games.
I don't agree.
Oh, that's fine. I
agree with myself.
Yeah, I agree with myself.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, of course, there's bad within the ranks of the players, but I think majority of them were good people. But they were put in.
Gi-hun, the main character, was he even like made the choice to exploit Ilwan or Ilnam's brain tumor to win. And
Yeah,
like
because
he was so out for him until the end, and then he was
Right,
just like,
but
okay, well, I'll turn on you then.
Yeah, but initially, he wanted to play a fair game, but then
He wanted
noticed
to
that-
play a fair game.
Okay.
right, but then
Okay.
Yeah,
he
it
noticed that
tests everybody, even Ali.
Everyone's got their breaking point.
No, I would say out of all of them that we saw that were playing the game, Ali is really the only one that like exhibited like
Nope.
he grabbed Gi-hun in that first game and stopped him, and even with his fucked up
Potentially
hand with two
sacrifice
fucking
himself.
fingers that he could have, like, if he didn't like get a good hold on him, they would have both gone down, they would have both died right there.
Except
And-
go Alex. I almost
his
said
boss.
go King. I almost yelled go King at you. Go King.
Go off, King.
Okay,
remember when
so
he was
what
in
do you have
Red
against
Photo?
Ali? Go ahead.
No,
ahead.
this is a great point though.
Yeah, he brutalized his boss in destroying his arm to get money when he
He's
was
the
in the
only
real
person.
world.
He's the only person you see hurt somebody outside the
Just
game that isn't
crunch.
just
Yeah.
like
In that
a quick
machine.
punch.
Snake literally murdered a guy on the streets.
Yeah.
And that
Oh,
was
that's
an
right. I forgot. Yeah,
accident?
Snake Eye was clearly the bad guy, but that's the thing though, is it's showing that like
Everyone
That
is
was an
capable of
accident.
such
It can be-
Ali
brutality.
did not intentionally shove him
didn't,
into that
he didn't.
grinder. He
And
just was trying to
He
knock
also
him off of
ran
him.
away.
And that was an accident.
I
That
agree
was
with
an
you.
accident.
Ali was of the characters we got to know, he was our bright shining beacon
He
that we
is-
knew had to die because he was too pure for the world.
Absolutely still the most pure out of all of
But
them.
they
was
still
the
made I
saddest.
think they did a good point of they showed that even the best of them was still flawed enough that like he
On an
Yeah.
accident.
maimed that guy, and
Yep.
but it was an accident, but it was an accident because of selfishness.
Yep.
He didn't have to do it.
Think about it.
He didn't
think about
mean
it.
to do it.
There was he was saying,
trying
hey,
to protect
but
his boss was
himself,
saying,
and I
hey, we
get
don't
it.
have money to pay anybody. So Ali put himself and his needs and his
But he saw that-
family's needs
yeah, and he
above
saw that
everybody else
money.
and said, hey, you know what? Me first, then everybody else.
But-
and he made the
and-
choice
Yeah,
to take that money.
He
But the-
recognized his boss was fucking blatantly bold-faced lying to his face
Yeah,
while
but
money was sitting there
100%.
on the
but
table.
what does that
as
leave? What does
the
that leave
boss
for all
is
the other
fucking
employees,
gambling
Stacey?
on the boss is gambling.
What does that leave for all the other employees, Stacey?
No,
But
Nothing.
that's also the
No.
that's
I'm
if you
just-
think about the real world right now, the number one thing that infuriates me daily is seeing marginalized groups attacking marginalized groups while the non-marginalized cheer it on.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what that was.
Yep.
That was his manager who was a fucking asshole and completely lying and saying,
Yeah.
fuck off, I'm keeping the money. And that's the point.
Yeah.
But what he did was put Ollie in a position where it's like, it's either Ollie or everybody else.
Yeah.
And the reality is there's a third option, which is, no, we could just fuck that dude up.
Yeah.
And like the reality is if Ollie had stuck around, we don't know how that ends. We don't know if maybe everybody else in that fucking factory was like, I'm equally pissed off at that guy.
Yeah. I
Maybe
mean,
we get some weird murder circle where they all kill him, but
At
they're all
some-
in there together and eating the rich.
yeah.
But he ran, and that's the nice part is it shows like we all have that ability to have that shitty part of us, but does that mean you don't deserve the good thing? And that's what all the elite wants you to believe is like,
yeah.
that's why there's means testing. That's why all they talk about is like, well, if we want to give you a handout, then we need to make sure you deserve it.
Yeah.
Well, no, you fucking don't. Money's a made up thing. You can just give the handout and we're okay. You want to see if we deserve it because you want to make me. It's better for me to say don't give it to him than for you to say it because you're the elite and I'm not. And that's what's so cool about this whole show is it proves that like, yeah, it's the rich making us fight each other for their amusement when the reality is if all those people had just kind of teamed up together and said, fuck you, we're going to take this whole complex over, they would have had that complex. There was
Yeah.
458 of them.
Yeah,
Well,
and
not
so
only
what-
that,
what-
all the
well,
it,
hold on. What Hannah's pointing out is what my disagreement was with what you said, Jason, because you were saying that the players.
Yeah,
were
fuck you,
just-
Jason.
The players are just as bad as the elite.
the
when
thing
they're
is,
not.
the,
That's what my disagreement is because the elite aren't in a bad situation at all. They're not forced into the position that they're in. They're just bored. Where
Y'all,
these
since
people
I
are
quit my
fighting
job
for
as a
their
sales
lives.
manager, I'm very anti-capitalism.
Damn it.
no, you're right. That is a good point. But what I'm saying is
Burn
when
it to
you're-
the
when you're
fucking
looking at it-
ground.
I agree. When you're looking at it from just a purely black and white standpoint, everyone's hands are dirty. Everyone's.
Yeah, 100%.
Everyone,
But
you
that-
know,
But it's
even
not
no
black and
matter
white.
who, even Ali, who took the path less traveled for so long, eventually was like, you know what, this is easier. Boom, I'm taking the money and I'm running and I'm shoving my boss's
Right,
arm in a
but-
freaking lathe or whatever.
But again,
How
what
dare you, sir?
what I'm saying is nothing that the players did was as bad as what the elite did, what the VIP had done.
I agree. I do agree. But I mean, murder is pretty bad.
It is pretty bad, but it's even worse to pit a bunch of people to murder each other. 456 people.
No, that's pretty bad too.
455 died.
Can't those both be
I'd like
bad
to-
though?
I like this
Yeah,
They
well,
quote
can be
though.
bad, but there's
Okay, well,
there's still value within that.
454 died unwillingly, or well,
It's not
there
like
was one
That's
of
the
them-
greatest part.
there was
All
one of them in
willingly.
there.
All
that
willingly,
was
too.
just
Yeah.
fucking in there to like have some fun, laughs, shits and gigs before he kicks the
Hey,
big old bucket.
Any
Man,
corporation
spoiler
you
alert.
work at,
I
the best
stop.
managers, what are they going
Oh,
to tell
I
you?
said
We're one of the
spoiler.
people.
Fuck you,
We're
Jason.
we're
Yeah,
a family. We're here
we're in
with
it
you.
together.
Yeah.
We're in
We
it
are the-
together.
we are the
I have
world,
just
or
as
whatever
much
the
on this,
celebrities told
like,
us.
dude, as an ex-manager of a major electronics retailer, I'm looking at it going like, holy fuck, I've been the villain for so long to so many
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I was identifying with that old motherfucker, and I'm like, I knew from second one I picked out what was going on because I'm like,
Are you serious?
that's what I would do.
You
100%.
fucking
I
bitch.
knew
Oh
so
my
early
God.
on because all I could think is like, that's a management tactic.
No, I
That is
saw,
literally
like,
humbling yourself in front of your team. I'm watching this going like, I've read fucking management books that tell me to do what is happening on screen right now.
Yeah.
Like,
you can ask Matt, like, as soon as like it like clicked that old man.
Ilnam.
Spoiler if you like, we said spoilers, but big
fucking
old
amazing
fucking spoilers.
character. Love this character
Yeah.
so much.
As soon as it
Smile.
clicked that the old man was behind it all, I was like standing over here and I just like inaudibly like made like the ugliest fucking sob noise, like just like I like it's upsetting.
Hey, you know what's even better is that game that was nothing
I
but
love
fair.
it, but I'm so mad. I love
That game-
it, but I'm mad.
That one game that
That
was
game-
nothing but fair. Yeah.
That game that was nothing but fair, because that was the whole point that the elites told you was, hey, it's fair. You all have the same chance.
All the games were supposed
Sure
to be
does
fair.
kind of feel like one player kind of had it handed to them because one
Yeah.
person took
Well,
an
to
interest,
be fair,
right?
he still lost and he still was out of the
and
game.
think
He
about
just
the way
didn't get
that he was-
killed.
Think about the way he was acting
Oh, no,
in
no.
red light, green light. He knew exactly when to start, exactly when to stop.
And he was also on the team of the person who won, who only won
Well,
because he
no, red
played
light,
dumb
green
and
light.
let him swing through.
Red light,
But I
green
mean-
light, they were all on the same. It was.
They were all on the same level, but like, think
but
about the fact that that one dude takes a shining and then all the fairness goes out the window.
Yeah.
That's true.
Totally showing like how
That's
even
what
the
I
system
said.
they say is so fair, it's not
Insider
fair
trading.
because
Okay. Yeah.
the moment that old man
on, Steve.
said, I like 456,
Yeah.
there was
No,
never
he-
a chance that 456 doesn't win because he wants to see him win. So even the fairest game of all, the game that is even and everyone has an equal chance on, one guy had a little bit better a chance.
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly. Like he said when he met 456, you remind me of my son. That's what he said. And then 456 was the first one to vote. And 456 said to not continue the game. And me and Matt were both like, oh, old man's going to be the last vote. Oh, old man's going to say to keep going because everybody else is going to be like, no. And old man followed suit with 456 because 456 reminds him of his son.
Yeah, no
He
matter.
He followed
I
suit.
think
he
at that-
did whatever 456 wanted the entire
don't-
time. When 456 picked him as his partner for marbles, he gave him his last marble. I mean, he knew.
There
he
is
was
a
gonna
theory that that's
die.
his dad, and there is some like supporting evidence for that too.
I don't think
When
that
he-
I don't think that his vote
What?
had to do. I don't think his vote had
Yeah.
to do with what 456 said. I think it was because he didn't want the decision up to him because he wanted the players to decide. He didn't want to be the deciding factor on the
No,
play
I
the
think
game.
that
Yeah.
I think he based it on what 456 did. That's what he decided.
No,
It didn't have to do with anybody else because 456 reminded him of his son.
Well, and they were
So-
first and last too. 456 was last, and
Yep.
Ilnam was first.
But I mean,
yeah, I just don't think it would have. He would have wanted it to be up to
456.
him because it was. If the main guy voted yes, then it wouldn't even matter at his vote at that point because it
Think
would have
about-
already swung to
Thi-
yes.
Think about it from number one's perspective too, though. The juicy irony of like he wants to see these games go on, and he's like, okay, fine, go, and then he's like, they're begging to come back. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, you know they're going to come
No.
back.
yeah.
But that's what I mean. That's why he said no because it didn't have anything to do with
It did.
the majority wanted.
Yeah, it didn't matter. He knew what
based
was
it
going to
on-
happen.
because 456, the one that reminded him of his son, did not want to continue the game. And so for that reason, he said no. It did not matter what anybody else thought in
It-
that point. And
It's
that,
sure
'cause
interesting.
He wanted to play the game. He said that the whole reason that he was doing this was because he wanted to play the game. He wanted to experience it before he died. And to give
Regardless,
that up,
they would have rounded up a whole nother group of people. They were already
but
rounding
they
up more players
didn't.
by the
They
end of the day.
didn't, though. They
I
didn't.
think-
they came back.
I think to
Yeah,
Stacey's point,
exactly.
though, to Stacey's point, I think this is the equivalent of when a billionaire donates a shitload of money and tries to get kudos for it because they're like, I survived cancer. I'm going to donate $450 million to cancer research when they have $22 billion in the bank. we look at that and go, wow, what a selfless act. But to him, that's no different than you giving $20 to St. Jude's.
Yeah, it's a drop in the bucket. Yeah.
No, yeah, I get.
So
I
I
get
think
that. I'm
I
just
think
saying
it's
that-
him saying like he took a liking to him because like let's be real too, like in the entire country of South Korea where these 456 people came from, kind of interesting that the only one that sees the old man outside the game is the only one the old man is like, something about you I find interesting and I want to support you.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
think about the
shit.
fact that the kid wins, that he wins the game. That's no different than those donations. That donation is to make the old man feel better, to look good to somebody. But at the end of the day, does losing that $35 million hurt him at all? Not even a little bit. He doesn't
Really
even
wanted
notice it.
him.
Well, here's
He
the-
absolutely
It's
did.
all these Korean movies are just Willy
He
Wonka.
did Willy Wonka
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Y'all,
my
God.
welcome
Here's-
to
no-
it.
Yeah,
He
here's,
had
here's
again.
what I was
They
thinking
had
though.
met outside.
Here's
of
what
the
I was
thing
thinking though is
before
Him.
they went back.
The chocolate factory.
I think that he was trying to groom him. He was number
That's
one was
what
trying to
Willy
groom
Wonka
456
is,
to be
Jason.
the next
He's-
Willy Wonka.
Translates to Slugworth.
Huh?
Slugworth was the front
His
man.
name translates to Slugworth.
What
And
Ilnam
Slugworth was the
does?
front-
100%. I don't know Korean at all, but I 100% know that has to be true.
God damn it.
Slugworth was
No, I
the
mean-
front was the front man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and now that Ilnam's dead, is the front man gonna take over? Let's talk about season 2 predictions. If they make a season
who
2.
is?
Oh no.
You mean who
no,
is Storm
I am
Shadow?
so-
I don't
I'm
know.
so mad. Okay, can we
Oh,
talk
Dr.
about the
Doom?
hair? Can we talk about the hair first?
we
Wait,
must.
wait. I do want to point out that the guy that plays the detective is in one of my favorite newer movies from
Yes.
Korea.
I called
Hold
it.
on, hold on. The Gangjam Haunted Asylum. Found footage, really actually scary. Actually scared the crap out of me.
Dude,
really
Korean
nice.
shit
I
is
love
fucking scary.
Found footage.
Give me
It
the
is.
credit. Give me the credit.
Credit for what?
Because when we were watching it, I was like, hey, that guy looks really familiar. I think that he's in something that we've seen before. And then it turned out it was the lead guy from Gonjun.
Yeah, I had to make sure she wasn't being
Asylum.
racist like usual.
It's okay. I also had to triple check to make sure that when I
Very
kept thinking
rude.
that dude was Storm Shadow from G.I. Joe, that I was right.
Hey,
I
hey,
was.
hey! I was.
He was
just- I
Storm Shadow
saw
in the
him
two
and
G.I.
I
Joe
was-
movies.
I was like, I've seen you, you motherfucker. I've seen you in your face in something else, and it was Gonjum and fuck you, Matt.
I have not wanted a prequel more for so I don't want a sequel. I mean, a sequel would be great. I'd love to see what happens.
Well, the Squid Game started
I
like freaking
so-
98 or something. So there's
Yeah, I
years.
so badly want to see like I want a documentary like The Office that's about like maintaining the Squid Games. Like what a
It's just a
what
comedy
is that
now.
fucking island?
Yeah, I want the
Like,
what's
Are
that,
you, if
that
you're on
that cleanup
if you're on
game?
triangle duty? Yeah, if you're on triangle duty, are you just on dead body cleanup?
Just like interviews with different like square.
Well,
Yeah,
how
they're
about the
just
fact
like,
that we didn't even
"Oh,
talk
no,
about
Okay,
this,
this
but how
sucks.
about the fact,
Incinerator's not even working.
let's talk about the fact that that
You're
all the
not
pink
listening to
suits,
me.
all the pink
they
suits
should be.
were basically prisoners too, just like the
Yeah.
green
Like,
suits.
well, so
You
that's
mean
why I
the
wanted-
people that work
raised
for the rich
for
are as equally as beholden to them as those that aren't?
Yeah,
What's
that's
up,
what-
guys? In a minute, we're going to talk about religion too, and I'm very drunk. Let's go.
That is
Woo!
something.
guy
Tear it all
said-
down.
Hold
the guy
on,
said, like-
hold on. That is something that I want to know is because I have a theory. I haven't looked it up. I'm sure many other people thought this, but I'm
Is that
thinking
they're
these
all
are-
winners?
They are all winners.
I
Yeah.
100% what I was thinking.
There's another
Okay.
theory
I
I
thought-
saw.
Well,
Oh, go
as
on.
far as the squares, yes.
Go on,
but
Alex.
I was gonna say that was my early theory at the beginning of the show. Was like I know there was something different with the old man, and then I was like, I wonder if he was a previous winner, had all this money, and somehow just went in debt again. But they played the same games as how they like. He's like, oh, I know these games because I played it before. I've been a winner. I just wasted all this money. Like that was my theory though for the longest time.
I heard
That was
an-
kind of close.
I heard another theory that was pretty awesome is when they're playing that folded paper that basically Pogs game, whatever it was
Oh
called.
yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah,
oh
it's
my
like
God.
whenever he holds it up, there's a pink and a green card, and you either
Yeah.
pick the pink or the green. I think the people who pick the
Is that what you
pink,
saw?
Pink or blue.
the pink or red or blue, whatever. But
Yeah,
the
red or
theory was
blue.
is that the people who pick the red paper become the guards and the triangle, the shape faces,
Mhm.
and the people who pick the blue are the ones who become the game players.
Okay,
and they're
because
all
it's
equally as subjected to this
Yeah.
Well,
game.
so
end of the day,
circle.
they're all exactly as dispensable. Like
Well,
Yeah.
they don't give a shit about any of them, whether they're a player or whether they're a guard. They do not care.
I wanted to talk about the you're talking about the number one peed himself, and then
Number one did the
Oh.
number one.
the
Yeah,
number
number
one did
one.
the number one. I don't know if it was I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't know if he did pee himself on purpose, because when he because he is like the mastermind
he
behind
is sick.
everything. When he's in there and the guards aren't in there, it's like that's him at his most vulnerable. So I think when they were all rioting and stuff, I think he really did freak out and pee himself.
Well, yeah. Well, he didn't pee himself during the riot though. He peed himself when he was sick, on the night that they were taking the rest or
Oh,
whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
But during the riot, when he gives his speech, that was pretty much a signal to the guards. That's why after he says what he says, the front man presses the button like, all right.
Yeah,
get-
they
Yeah.
come in right then. Like at no point was he ever going to truly be in danger.
Well, I think
And then,
like there was the most chance that he would die would be in there.
yeah,
with
but
all
still,
the
like,
rabid.
I think there's
I
some
thought it'd be
depth to
tug of
this,
war.
but it's pretty low. And so that's another thing. The tug of war. Hannah was saying something about there wasn't true fairness because whoever the number one took a liking to, had advantage. Same thing with just being a partner with him, because he picked all these games. These are the games he loved as a child, and he knew the strategy for the tug of war. So that kind of threw off the fairness just by being on his team, because he knew the strategy of tug of war.
Yeah.
Game's rigged.
I
can't
never
trust
thought
these people anymore.
about it like that till you guys said it, but yeah, it
I'll give him
really
3 more seasons.
What's that?
Insider trading. That's what it is.
Yeah. So real.
Yeah, it really is.
So to close it out, then, what do you guys think season 2 is gonna be if they make a season
Police
2?
corruption.
You think so?
So I don't think
Well,
the chick is dead.
The creator said it's going to be about police corruption. I'm cheating.
Oh,
there.
really? Oh,
He before he committed to a second season, he was talking about like if he had to tell a story for a season 2, it'd be about police corruption. And given how this season went, I could absolutely see there being a story that's not as much about the games, but about like the
stuff going on the outside and everything.
yeah, like what
Mm.
levers do you have to pull to make everyone complicit enough in this to be like, hey, if we know about it, we have to stop you, so we're gonna make sure we don't know about it.
Okay, I did like when we were watching, I did have like a thought that the way that the police were acting, that maybe they were kind of complicit in a way, that maybe that there were people on the police force that were also part
Yeah.
of like the red team or whatever. But also then that one that was unmasked, that was like a kid, implied that they're like kind of bred for this almost, maybe. Or
I don't think they're bred for it. I think that the people on the red guys, the pink guys, the pink suit guys, red suit guys, whatever. I think they're just as much prisoners. I mean, they're all relegated to a specific schedule, and they have a little jail cell that they all go into every night. I don't think they're free any more than the contestants
I
of the
mean,
game is.
the kid that was unmasked, that was like just like brainwashed ass, like
I don't think it was brainwashed. I think it was
17,
just like
18-year-old.
I think it was because they had
Seriously?
that rule that if you show your face, you die, and so they had to blast him.
My point only works if I open this bottle beforehand. My personal thought on it is, if you think about it, all of those mask wearing folks are very similar, like middle management anywhere,
Mhm.
where even if you know it's fucked up, you still have to acknowledge that you're in a very privileged position where you're not in immediate danger, and you don't have to do the grunt work that everyone else has to do. You just have to do a different version of that work. And that's where I think all of those guys are, is it's this idea of like, they're the ones in control. Well, not really.
They're
They're
just
more
another
in
cog
control
in the
than the
machine.
contestants. Yeah, like they're a step above. Like they have slightly more control than the contestants. They're less likely to get killed than the contestants. but they're still getting paid or whatever in a way where it's worth it for them to traffic organs to the Chinese that have nothing to do with the game.
Yeah, that's another to show that they're not brainwashed individuals too, because there was a group of them breaking away from what was going on to make some pocket money,
Yeah.
and even then they like the VIPs didn't really care ultimately. They just cared that things weren't kept even. So then that's when they killed all those guys, just because they were telling the one contestant the next game, so they were throwing out the fairness of it all.
Yeah, it only counts as long as it's us versus them, and you're only part of us if the people above you decide you are.
Yeah.
What I really hope for next season, because that was a good point, that the pink people were also prisoners. I kind of want, like, you know, that movie, the Experiment, I think it's called, where there's
Stanford
normal
Prison
people.
Experiment.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So they pick up normal people off the street, and then they everyone's just an average person, but then they split them up in half, and half of them are guards, half of them are prisoners. They're just playing the role. They're not actually prisoners, they're not actual guards.
And
but
they
then
could walk out at any
start-
time too.
Yeah, but then it starts getting in their head that, like, okay, we're the guards. Like, we just, you know, we have this authority over them in name only, but they're really just average people. So I kind of want that to happen in the season 2, where it's like, I don't know, like, the authority of the island is missing, and so the guards are like, I don't know what to do, and we can't do the games, and the players are like, oh, you know, let's just be cool. But then, I don't know, guards go feral or something.
So
I kept hoping that they would just pull a full coup in the show. I kept waiting for them to just be like, come on, you guys, like, all you guys with guns, like, they're manipulating you just as much as they're manipulating us. Let's turn it against them, and it never happened.
One of them turns into Forrest Whitaker with a boner.
Yeah.
So
That's what happened in the movie.
do you guys remember watching Matt and Alex? Do you guys remember watching The Platform, or did we watch The Platform, or do I just imagine us talking?
We
about
talked
that?
about it.
You guys had talked about it. I hadn't seen it.
It's good.
I
It's really good.
highly recommend, if you like Squid Games and you're willing to put the 10-ish hours into watching it, put 2 hours into watching The Platform.
Yeah.
Like, it's
What's
a
it on?
Spanish language
Great.
movie. It's on Netflix.
Hmm.
It is. I think we're in a really cool point right now. We're seeing a lot of people make very impressive anti-capitalist art that it's cool because it's able to make an anti-capitalist message while working in a capitalist system. And as much as Squid Game is amazing, I think The Platform does a similar job of, like, talking about, like, you know, there's a reason that the, you know, the quote unquote elite keep everybody else at a level where we're fighting each other, and we only look at each other because we can never look up to take them down. And I think that's the whole message of Squid Game, is that, like, at any point those people could take over that facility. At any point those guards could turn on the one guy who's in charge.
Yeah.
But we just abdicate all responsibility to the people we decide are in charge for no
'Cause
reason
'cause
other
it's
than we just
easier.
decided they're in charge.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be afraid they're gonna send in the weird robot baby,
What? Oh.
I'm just
the red light, green light.
Yeah.
Oh.
now that fuck the green jumpsuit. That should be the costume for Halloween.
I want, yeah, this Halloween I want to see berries and cream paired up with red light, green light girl.
Oh God. And
You
that
only
weird
dance when
clown
she says
shower.
berries.
And that weird clown shower thing.
And the
too.
weird clown shower.
I ordered the Squid Game mask, and I have I'm gonna do the hopscotch to my doorway. Playing
Oh
the,
no. And then you answer the
You're gonna-
door.
Are you
Yeah,
gonna do one of the
the
guards?
Pink Soldiers.
Yeah, nice.
Music, and we didn't get to talk about the music. Oh my
Oh.
god, the music for this
Very
was
good music.
brilliant.
Good.
Same person who did the Parasite music,
Nice,
same
yeah.
guy. He just knows how to just up your
Up your
emotions
shit,
with
yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Pink Soldiers, that high, the dun, dun, that was like, I'm gonna play that while they have the hopscotch to get candy. It'd be funny.
Ugh.
You're gonna just have a gun.
Yeah. Make
Only
sure it's got
take
an
one.
orange tip on it so you don't get shot. You never know who's packing nowadays.
I know, right? But yeah,
I think
the platform's
think,
really good though. You should do.
Does
should
anyone know
definitely watch that.
why he dyed his hair red?
I was,
No, that I don't.
I
get.
was
was
thinking
reading
it
an
was-
article.
Oh, okay. Well, let me hear. I want to hear what the article said, because I was just thinking it was like symbolism to show that he's like bloodstained kind of.
What I initially read was just that the creator was like thinking, what color hair would I not want to dye my hair? And that's when he made the
That's
music
what I
idea.
read. Yeah.
But then later
Like
on, he
in his normal
backtracks.
life, he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, and then later on, he backtracks in other interviews, like, "Oh, it means the rage that he feels."
Looks
But I was
dumb to me.
thinking, what if
Just-
Ronald McDonald capitalism? It all makes sense.
It just felt
There.
like
Wendy's.
the doofiest thing, like him delivering this random girl's little brother that he swore to protect to his friend's mom that is now dead.
It's like that's
And-
that. I did it.
And just like here's this kid. My hair is red and flaming ass red now, and I'm gonna just like drop this kid off with you. And here's a suitcase, and don't open it until I leave.
Also,
And-
close that shit when you're on the street, though. Like, she left that shit open for way too long.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
It's making me nervous.
Korea is a
Nice,
much
like-
nicer place than America. If that's if you
Oh,
can
oh,
leave
yeah.
somebody open.
He's like, money solves everything now. Just walks away.
And that brings it back full circle where he's like Ichiban, and Ichiban had the messed up hair, too.
Yeah.
What if
yeah.
it's
The whole end of it was just weird.
I
Just
hated.
go with your daughter, damn it. Just
I
go with
fucking
your daughter.
hated the fact that he got off the plane and it was like,
Yes,
I'm going
me
back
too.
to Squid
Okay.
Games.
Yeah, no, and
Yeah.
that's the
he's a
other thing.
gambling
Yeah,
addict?
Okay,
Yeah, that's true.
okay. No, I ranted at Matt about this, and like he did the whole thing to get the money so that he could prove that he could be a father to his
Or to get
daughter
sugar.
to keep her from getting moved to the U.S. He gets the money, then he doesn't fucking touch that money.
Hey.
He clearly, apparently, probably moved to the U.S. and he's just like,
Yeah.
because it
I
turns
guess,
out
like I don't give a fuck about my daughter. I'm gonna go get a hair fucking do.
Haircut and that's it.
just because you
shit.
say you want to be a good dad doesn't mean you're going to be a good dad.
Yeah,
There you go.
definitely. I
Yeah.
kind of saw it as I mean, thinking about it from kind of a more deeper like philosophical
Yeah,
issue.
Give us from a
um,
dad's point.
They boiled it when they boiled it down
Fuck
at
kids.
the very end. Yeah. Ugh.
Fuck them kids.
I love my kids, but fuck other people's kids.
I know you love your kids, but
Yeah, when they knee you in the back and cripple you for a week.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
have they ever made you dye your hair fucking bright ass fire truck
yeah,
red?
all my hair that I have, Stacey. Anyway,
like,
they're the
dunk
reason
your
I'm
head
bald.
in
They're the
red
reason I
paint.
lost my hair in the first place. So anyway, talking about the philosophical implications of the last scene between Gi-hun and Ilnam, when Ilnam's in the bed and Gi-hun's like he says like, okay, by midnight, I'll bet you nobody helps that homeless guy down there. And Gi-hun's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll bet everything on it, because like he's still willing to bet that there is goodness in people somewhere. And right, like it takes until the very last second,
wild.
but right before midnight, the homeless guy gets picked up.
Wait, and
and-
that's fucking wild. That like after experiencing the Squid Games,
He's-
Gi-hun can still believe that there's goodness in
So
people.
that's what I'm
Innately.
hoping. That's the reason I'm hoping that even though there are all these other aspects to, like, oh, he is a gambling addict, there's all this other stuff, but I hope that as far as that character goes, that part of his motivation for going back was the fact that he wants to
No, that's
stop it
that's
and
why-
change it.
yeah, that's why he heard a slappy game going on in the subway, and he was like, "No, I don't want somebody falling victim to the same
Yeah.
bullshit that I just experienced."
I don't
Could
think
have just
he
given
was-
that guy money too. Like, don't,
I know.
I got
Yeah,
you,
there you go.
but no.
Could
There you
have,
go.
but,
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
Can you
money-
stop a system when
money
you're not
doesn't-
willing to
money
not be
doesn't
part
solve
of it?
anything, though, you know.
Well, so I
No.
don't think that I don't know if any of us thought this, but I'm sure someone thinks that he's gonna go play again. I don't think he's gonna play again.
No.
You know, he has
No.
resources now. I feel like he's gonna like pay for his own like small mercenary group and like storm that beach or something.
I think
But-
he's
No.
gonna play again, but like gonna do like
Hey.
a from the inside kind of storm the beach kind of thing.
Be a
Yeah.
VIP or something.
He's gonna be like a kind of like a mole situation kind of situation, but like from the
Yeah.
inside, like tell people like, "Hey, this is what's going on. You need to follow me. Let's do this."
But
I
also,
have red hair.
He
I
could
have
just.
red flaming ass fucking hair.
Leave me.
For some reason.
Go, Hannah.
So
There
leave.
were
So
There
you
were
can
very-
so you can see me in
Hold
the
on,
group.
let Hannah go.
there were very few people in that game that were so in debt that they needed $37 million. They
Yeah.
needed like a couple 100,000.
Mhm.
So let's be real. If he wanted to make a positive impact, he would have just said, "Hey, dude, how much money do you owe? Here it is. Doesn't impact me at all."
Yeah.
It's just proving that once you become part of a system, you can no longer tear that system down. Like everyone wants to think you can tear the system down from the inside, but you kind of can't, because for you to be inside, that system has to exist. The second you tear it down, all your power is gone.
That's the most Gen X sentence I've ever heard you say.
What's up, baby?
It's jaded as fuck,
This
but the
is-
thing is I agree.
What
This
are
is
you
the
Okay.
most
drinking,
drunk and
girl?
most unemployed I have been on the podcast ever.
What are you even
Until the
drinking
next
right
episode
now?
that's coming
Straight
up.
up
Yeah,
scotch. Just
all right.
straight scotch.
You guys
Like,
want to?
wait, Hannah, can I
So-
see your glass? I want to see your glass. Is there?
That's a
that-
cool
that is-
glass.
That's a very nice glass. It looks like a chess piece. I
This
love
is
it.
a scotch glass from Scotland.
How do you play?
It's beautiful.
Oh God, we're
Love it.
not gonna
Yeah,
make the next
I know.
episode.
Okay, closing
It's empty.
statements. Squid Game. Let's give it the old-fashioned review. 3
right.
hours later style. Would you recommend it? I will go first. I would definitely recommend it. So will all of the internet. I just don't think I was satisfied with the ending. Is my only issue.
Yeah.
But not,
Yeah.
not a major deal. Wasn't super unsatisfied. Just I don't think a lot of the things paid off at the end. But I definitely recommend it. Alex.
100. Well, I'm just with you. 100%. Same, exact same.
Hannah.
From the world of Crossfaded,
You'll get caught up.
Gangnam Style is it's a political song about excess. And I think that's what he's going for at the end. It's a great show. You should watch it. It's worth the 10 hours.
I think that was like a decade ago.
Hey, sexy
was.
lady.
It still matters. It still matters.
It still matters.
Stacey.
I recommend it. I think it's overrated, but still recommend it.
Yeah, I do. I'm worried about people overselling what it is. It's a good show, guys.
I
Hey,
absolutely
it's
think
a
it's a
very
good show.
good show.
I absolutely think it's a good show. I do not understand why people have been hyping it up as much as they have, because as far as like it did not blow me out of the water. It was just it was good,
Yeah.
but as far as like best Netflix show ever in the whole world, like that seems like, did Stranger Things not happen? Like,
Specifically,
but-
a different show did, and we'll get into that.
okay,
Jason.
well, whatever.
All right, I'm going with the. All right, first I want to say I totally agree with everything you guys were saying. One thing I liked about the show was the fact that every episode didn't end on some sort of like a stringing you along cliffhanger. thing.
Only a couple.
Are you
And-
kidding me?
No, he's
No.
right. The entire thing didn't, and I was surprised. There was one time where I did want to take a break, and I was like, oh, I could just stop after this one because there haven't been cliffhangers.
Mhm.
There
But
were
then that
twice.
episode specifically did.
Yeah,
Twice
Yeah,
twice
but-
that
but-
we got cliffhangery fucking
but-
endings.
but for the most part, at least, it was.
Yeah.
It was really well made. I'm going the That Movie podcast route, and I'm going to give this a numerical rating. I'm going to rate this 30 billion.
456.
I'm going to rate
Beans
this
out of
30,
10.
30 billion out of 45.6 billion won.
Ugh, beans out of 10.
I was hoping at a 456, but yes.
No,
From
All right.
He-Man to Faker, where is it?
He-Man.
I'd say
He-Man
Hannah.
He-Man
identical.
Shield.
Hannah,
He-Man
right in
Shield.
between.
They're identical. All right,
Okay,
well, that's
first
it
off, it's
for
not.
this episode of 3 Hours Later. I believe we say check it out. Of course, you probably already have.
You were right
Alex.
in between. You held up both the action figures. One was on either side. You said from this to this, so I rated right in the middle. It was you.
Fair enough.
Where can you find us, Alex?
Everything, all the links on Linktree, linktr.ee/3 hours later, the number 3 and hours later, all spelled out. Everything's there. Find us there.
Find
all
us,
there.
or we'll find you.
We're up. Bum, bum, bum.
Until
And we'll
next
make you
time-
play a slappy game.
And also, we're going to continue this chaos into the more chaotic show. So this will
I'm so drunk right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so
Yay!
good.
Dynamite Hour's
But it's a
next.
more chaotic show.
You can find me, Stacey, and Jason on the Dynamite Hour. We are going to talk about Midnight Mass with Hannah and Alex.
And
I'm
we
gonna yell about religion.
we don't have
Yeah.
we don't have enough
Woo!
subscribers on Dynamite Hour yet. We need 100 so we can actually get a URL. So right now it's
Stop
like youtube.com/a
Jason.
bunch of shit numbers.
We
Yeah.
look pathetic. Stop it.
If they
come
get to
join
90
all
subscribers-
the cool people. Everybody's already there. Just
I'll
come
rant
join
about
us.
Catholicism.
Also, join the 3 Hours Later Super Secret group because all of us are in there.
Yeah.
We're all yelling memes and.
I'm hardly ever even on Facebook anymore, so
Yeah,
I'm
only
there
in the
every now
group.
and then.
I'm only in the group. I don't check my actual
Yeah.
Facebook. I only
Yeah.
check the 3
neither.
Hours Later group.
All right,
only part of
everybody.
Facebook-
Bye.
Bye.
Oh shit! I hit my mic. That's gonna be great for the recording.
Yeah.